Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is third video in Veritas backup exec advanced training tutorial. And in last two videos we have seen what are the main features of the Veritas backup exec, and in last video we have seen how to install and configure, do the post installation and configuration tasks for the backup exec server. So in this video we are going to add our first server in Veritas backup exec tool to get the backup started for the virtual machines and other things. So basically in this video I'm going to add the standalone Hyper-V host in a Veritas backup, and that is not going to be a part of any cluster like any cloud or anything. So it's a basically a standalone Hyper-V server which we are going to add in backup exec, and there was one virtual machine also running on Hyper-V server. So we'll see how to add and how to create a backup jobs and how to get started with the basically with the backup exec. So this is my lab environment for this video. So I got one domain controller which is win2k19dc01. so this is my active directory and DNS server. So my domain name is labshands-on.local. so here you can see I'm running Windows 2019 on this machine, and this is also running in my VMware workstation environment. So win2k19dc01. so this is my domain controller and DNS server, and the second one is my Veritas server itself, which is running Veritas backup exec 20.1 version. So this machine is also joined in my domain. So here it is, you can see this is my Veritas server joining domain, and I have a Veritas backup exec shortcut on my desktop, so I'm going to run it. And this we have installed in last video, so this is a trial version, so definitely you can use it for 60 days. So you can see if we did some post installation tasks like disk added in last video. So last 14 days there was no activity in the server itself, because from last 14 days this server is shut down, started regarding today. So yeah, and this is my final server, which is win2k16 HP. This is going to be a Hyper-V host in our scenario. So you can see here the Hyper-V role is installed, and if I go to local, you can see this is running 2016. So it does not matter, you can run 2016, 2019 and 2012 or to any Hyper-V host server. So this is joined in my domain, and if I go and show you, this is my Hyper-V manager console. So you can see one virtual machine win2k16 VM01 is running on this machine, and you can see this machine is logged in, and this is also joined, this virtual machine is also joined in my domain. So basically this is my standalone Hyper-V host, and on that host we got one virtual machine. So now I need to go to add this server for the backup in backup exec. So I need to go to backup and restore, and then here you can see I got only my Veritas server, so I need to click on add. So basically here you can see small icon, so add servers. So I'm going to click on add servers, and then it's going to ask you what type of server you wanted to add. So this, in my case, it's going to be a Microsoft Hyper-V host, and you can see Microsoft Windows Computer, VMware, vCenter server or ESXi host, everything is available here. So I'm going to add a Microsoft Hyper-V host and then click next. Then it's allowing asking you to allow backup exec to establish the trust with the server. So yes, we need to allow it, and just click next. And here it's asking for the IP address or the host name. So I'm going to use the host name of my machine. So you need to make sure the host name is getting resolved. So if I go on just to make sure my host name is getting resolved, so I'm going to pick my host name of the Hyper-V host. So you can see it's getting resolved, so this is good. So just to pre-check, you need to check the host name is getting resolved. So after adding the virtual host, install the backup agent on Windows on the virtual machine. So this is one of the most important thing. If you don't want to install an agent on your virtual machine, you don't need to allow this. So same, I'm going to do this. I don't want to install the agent on my all the virtual machine. And this is second option, install a backup agent on the Windows on the virtual machine on HyperV host. So this is going to run only on the HyperV virtual machine which is running on the host. So that's fine. In our case we wanted to add a HyperV host, so just click on next. So you can see install an agent on Windows or virtual machine to do the granular recovery for Exchange, SQL, Active Directory and SharePoint. So if definitely if it's a Active Directory, SQL Server and SharePoint Server, Microsoft Exchange Server, and you want to do a granular recovery for the object level recovery, basically you can do that also. So we'll see these options also in detail in next upcoming video. So I'm good with this option. Just go ahead and click next. And here it's asking for the account, so I need to add one account. So basically I can go ahead and add my credential. My credential is also administrator, so I can add here, like, let's see which account I use to log in. So I'm using Veritas admin, so this is basically a domain account. So who am I? So you can see this is license on Veritas admin, so I can use the same account. So Veritas admin, I can type the password for this account, and this is, I'm going to save my default account for all the backups. So this is good. I need to type password one more time. So this is done. Click on add local account. So it's going to add the local account. Now you can see local account is added. So click OK. Now you can see the account is selected, Veritas admin. Just go ahead, click next. And if you want to upgrade the agent, if agent is already installed on the virtual machines or maybe on host, you can select that. And this is also most important, restart the remote computer automatically after installing. So you need to make sure you don't do this, otherwise it will if required, it will reboot your host during the production hours. So just click on next, and it's going to give you all the details what you have selected through this wizard, and just click on install. So now you can see this is going to run the installation, and progress you are going to see here. So you can see progress, and it's giving option running. So initializing installation component. Now you can see it's copying few files, and if I go to HyperV host and show you the installation, so here you can see if I go to add and remove programs, you will see it's going to install the agent here soon. So now you can see installing few prerequisites also, like Visual Basic, C++. So it's going to install those components, which is basically you can say the prerequisite for the backup agent. So you can see the installation is running, so this is good. So now you can see the installation is completed. It's removing backup files, so this is good. Now if I go ahead and refresh this, you will see a lot of component prerequisites installed, and also you can see backup Veritas backup exec remote agent for Windows. So this is the main agent which is behind backup task, which is going to initiate and do the backup on your host. So this is good. Also you can see few services are going to run with this backup, like related to backup. So you can see backup exec, lockdown server, remote agent for Windows. So these are the few services, and also Veritas VSS provider, which is going to be basically just like your Windows VSS writer. So this is good. Now you can see it's still removing the file. So once this is done, you will able to see everything inside the host and virtual machine also. So we are going to schedule the backup once this is done. So now you can see installing backup agent on Windows successful. So this is good. Click on finish, and now you can see the host is there, and you can also see here your component, what component, like we have a C drive, D drive, and this is the partition for the system, and we got system state and the Microsoft HyperV also. So you can take backup for everything. So this is good. And now to basically create a backup. You can do multiple way, like restore you can do from here. You can refresh if you want to see any changes reflecting here. So this is good. So now you can easily go ahead and click right button, and then you have an option where you want to backup to cloud, backup to disk, and create a forever incremental backup for virtual machine. So these are few options. So basically I'm going to do this task this time, backup to disk. So we already have disk, added disk in last video, so I'm going to click on backup to disk. And also you can see like hold job queue if you want to hold the job queue, remove a recovered VM, remove this server if you want to remove, update, establish trust. And also if you want to install the agent on your guest virtual machine, you can do it from here, since this is a virtual Hyper-V host. So this is good. Backup and go backup to disk, and then you have a virtual based backup or agent based backup. So this is the recommended. A virtual based backup is creating an agent on Hyper-V. This is basically for virtual machine. So you can go ahead and click next, and you can add your which host you want to associate. So this is something you can do. So let's in this video we are going to do the agent based backup. It's creating using the agent of Windows. So basically we deployed the agent of the Windows agent for backup exec. So we are going to use in this video, we are going to use a Windows agent. You can see here agent for Windows, and next videos we are going to see this options also. So click here, virtual based backup jobs appear in the job list under the virtual host. So this is good. Go ahead and click next, and then you can see everything what is available here. So basically what you want to backup, this is going to be one of the most important thing. So here you can see the full backup, incremental backup. So to edit what you want to backup, so you need to click on edit, and then you can see by default everything is selected. So you can uncheck everything, and then what you would want to backup. So I want to backup a virtual machine, specifically this particular virtual machine. If you have a multiple virtual machine and you want to make sure all the virtual machine everything is going to be backup automatically, which is under this Microsoft Hyper-V, like a virtual machine or host configuration, you can tick here also. So I'm going to tick here. So automatically if we deploy any virtual machine on this host, it's going to backup. So this is good. And you have a selection details also, like what we are going to take backup. So this is good. And if you want to do any exclusion, you can do it here, and delete, modify anytime you can do it also. So this is good. And if you want to exclude any particular VM from the backup, you can do those all options also. So everything available in advance. So this is good. I'm going to create it simple, so just click on OK, and now you can see what is selected. So this is showing fully selected Microsoft Hyper-V, means whatever inside this, it's going to take the backup. And also you can do the test for these things. So if you want to do like test, you can see everything is successfully completed. And if you want to do the test for this also, you can do test for anything. You just need to make sure you're authenticate, whatever pass user account you are using is basically authorized to log in to Hyper-V host, and you're good to go to take the backup. So this is good. So you can click on apply, and here is the policy what you want to what retention you want to set. So basically we have two type of full and incremental. So I'm going to click on edit. So if you want to take more backup, like duplicate to disk, convert to Azure backup, convert to simulation with the backup, you can do all those things. So here what I'm going to do for the schedule, you can see here it's going to be a full is going to be a every week for Friday 11. If you want to change the schedule, you can change the schedule, like maybe I want to move to 6 p.m. every day, so you can do that also. And this is done. And same if you want to do for this backup, like incremental backup also you want to run at 6 p.m. you can do that also. So I'm going to change this also. And now you can see here this is done. Now if I go to storage, you will see here the retention policy, so and which where to map the backup. So I'm going to select, I have only one backup disk, so I'm going to select that for both incremental and differential, so you can segregate that also. And priority, you can see which job you want to give highest priority, you can set that. So full backup, let's say I'm going to select for 2 weeks by default. Maybe you can select 4 weeks, and incremental you can select for 1 week. And also you have an option to do the compression on encryption. So you can see like compression, if you want to do, you can set it to software level, and encryption also you can set it to software level. So these options we are going to see in upcoming videos. So this is good. Network, you have which interface to use, which IP protocol to use, which subnet you can use. So if you have a multiple NICs on your um, uh, um, like Veritas server, and you want to dedicate anything, you can do that also. So also you have an option to run the test to make sure everything is good or not, post like backup. So, and also you have a verify job, which is going to verify the job is healthy, backup is healthy or not, which is taken after backup. So these all advanced options you have. So this is good. And we have options for virtual machines option. Basically this is going to be one of the advanced option, like exclude virtual machine, that must be put in save mode for backup. So during the backup, the virtual machine is going to be put in save state for few seconds. So if you want to exclude that, you can do that also. So this is good. And you have options also, enable Microsoft Active Directory for virtual machine, and these options you can also enable. So this is good. So now I'm going to run the simple backup. So I'm going to click on OK. So we have set configured this 6 p.m. 4 weeks full, and 1 week 6 p.m. 1 week incremental. So this is good. I'm going to click on OK now. So the job is created. So now if you want to see the job, you can see first backup scheduled, and this is going to give you the stay schedule when the first backup is going to run. So if you want to run it manually, you can go to jobs, and you can see this job is scheduled and what time it's scheduled. You can see where is the location, everything you can see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click here and run now. So it's going to run the backup. So yes. So now you can see full backup is scheduled and is ready. No writable ideal device are available. So it's going to run the backup soon. So we need to wait for a few seconds now. So now you can see the backup job is active and is queued. So soon the backup is going to start it. And you can see also byte count and all other information. So if I go here now, and you can see inside the storage, if you double click on storage, you will see all the jobs which is configured on that particular storage. And also you can see the job history and other details. So let's wait for some time. It's going to start the data transfer soon. So you can see now the data transfer has started, and if I close this, you can see the speed of the data transfer. So this is good. So 975 2 GB data, approx 2 GB data is already transferred. You can see the data transfer speed also, which is going to be happen. And bytes, you can see how much data is transferred, job rate, how much speed with the rate of data it's reading the your source virtual machine or the server. So you can see all details. And if you want to see the job history, you can go and see the job history also, when the job is started, original start time, and all other details you can see here. So backup running and agent used, no. So all the history you can see basically. So it's going to run the backup for some time, and then we can see the job is completed. So let's wait for some time, and here if I go, you can see here the space is increasing now, storage state is now increasing, and also you will see here soon the data, like once the a single backup is completed, then we will able to see here. So this is good. So let's wait for some time to get the backup job finished, and then we'll see, we will verify the backup. So within approx 2 minutes it's taken the backup of 7.58 TB. So I'm running on the virtual machines, nested environment on my physical host. So definitely if you're having powerful bandwidth, like 10G speed and everything, and dedicated network for backup, then definitely this backup job is going to be run very fast, and also depend on your Veritas server compute resources. So this is since this is my virtual machine environment, so but still it's running very good from the bandwidth or speed perspective. So give it some more time, it's going to finish soon. So overall I can see my virtual machine size is not going to be bigger than, I guess, 10 GB. So yeah, if I go here and I can see this complete folder size is approx 16 gig. So and backup job is 10 gig completed, so this is good. So I'm going to pause the recording here. Once the backup job is finished, I'll resume from there. So now you can see it's went to the schedule mode, means the backup is completed. So now you can see we got one full backup, and here also you can see 2 successful and never backup 1. So this is good. And now if I go here, you will see my virtual machine, because this virtual machine backup is taken through this HyperV host. So I can see my virtual machines also right now, and I can restore this virtual machine directly to any physical machine, or you can see you can say restore to the VMware to HyperV, HyperV to VMware. All those things I can do with this virtual machine now. And now if I go on my job monitoring, you can see I got one full job, full backup, but I don't have any incremental backup. So you can go and run that incremental backup also if you want to just verify. The incremental backup is definitely going to be fast. So if I see here this job history, let's go to storage and job history. You can see the full backup is completed within a 4 minute, and the data size is 9.50 GB. So this is good. So it's not taken too much time, and here you can see now it's running the incremental backup. And once this backup is finished, we will be able to see incremental backup also here. So full backup is blue, incremental orange, and differential is going to be red. So just wait for a few more seconds to see the incremental backup also. And here you can see the backup job is running. So basically from one single console you can monitor, manage everything you can do from one single console, which is good thing. So you can see approx 9 MB data is only taken for the incremental. So you can see here this is incremental is also completed. So you can see here full backup, incremental backup, and you can see also the time taken during the backup and size also. So backup set, now you can see we got like 2 virtual machines, and you can see the size, and if you want to do the cleanup you can directly do it from here. So we will see these all options later on. So now you can see we got one incremental and one full backup. So this is good. So this is how we can add our Hyper-V host in standalone Hyper-V host in backup exec, and how we can schedule the backup and configure the backup jobs for the virtual machine. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post them in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.